So UC Berkeley is in a weird spot right now. Our classes are getting cancelled, thousands of people are protesting, and we're all over the news. And I want to talk about why.
We are not going to give them any peace of mind!
So here's how it went down from the perspective of an undergrad student. So I go to discussion as per normal one day, and then my GSI is like, oh, we need to talk. Well, what do we need to talk about? He just casually drops that, well, they're going on protest and we likely won't have discussion sections from now till the end of the year. And I'm obviously confused because discussion sections are basically the only place we learn anything and actually engage and talk about the material. Okay, so the way it works for GSIs is that they technically have 40 hours of work per week. But obviously this isn't actually how it goes down. See, they need to do their own research, but also write our exams, grade our exams, write our discussion sections, make worksheets, essentially make our learning materials, and then teach classes. Some of them are working like 80 hours per week.
Almost all, something like 90% of graduate students are paying more than 30% of their income in rent, and many of us are paying more than 60% of our income pre-taxes in rent and utilities alone, not including groceries, not including other basic necessities.
And so when they told me that, I was kind of sympathetic to the cause. Like that's pretty messed up.
People are sharing rooms, they're living 2 hours away from campus. It's really like an untenable situation, much less if you have children.
So the GSIs decided to go on strike just to show how essential they are.
There are graduate student instructors, graduate student researchers, academic researchers, and postdocs all are on strike right now.
I knew they were important before this, obviously, but this has kind of made me respect them a lot more because classes are just not functioning right now. So what's my take? Well, I feel like it's kind of sad the amount of antagonism that's happening between the students and the university.
If UC sees what we're seeing, they must be shitting bricks!
Like, I don't actually believe that there's a bunch of evil people sitting up there trying to exploit the labor of everyone on purpose. But the issue is they're communicating so poorly that I just do not see what the possible university side to this is. Like, I had to go to a news article and then scroll to the middle of it, and then there was a link there, and that was the only link that takes me to this one page explaining what the university's take is. And so if all I'm seeing is that my classes are essentially not running, almost every GSI is overworked and underpaid, and that there's almost no communications from the university on it, I can kind of understand why people would be annoyed.
The university has basically said that in considering their offers to us, they don't really consider how much it costs to live here. They just sort of consider how much they think we need to be paid. They are offering wage increases that are below inflation, which will result in next year our situation being even worse than it is now.
So I'm really confused about how this entire thing is going to get resolved and when. Because, I mean, the GSIs are going to keep striking until there's a negotiation in place.
For the postdocs, we are asking for a $70K minimum. So postdocs their current minimum is around $55,000.
Okay.
For graduate students, the number that we have calculated that would take to end rent burden in these cities would be for us to be paid $54,000 a year.
Will they find like some kind of middle ground, or is it going to be like all or nothing? One of the craziest things I've ever seen. So what's the conclusion here? We're like super close to finals season. So it's unclear who's gonna grade finals if they keep going. They're probably gonna get cancelled. So what happens to people's grades? This could apparently go through the December break. So I'm just hoping that negotiations finish fast. Like, good luck to both the university and the GSIs to like reaching some sort of settlement and getting what they want. And you know what? I miss my discussion sections, but these protests are really something else. I've never seen anything like it.
If we don't get it, shut it down! And if we don't get it, shut it down!